It is Wisconsin and Michigan's best country, Cat Country 95.1. Kit in the Morning, now joined by Earl Thomas Conley. And Earl's going to be at Porterfield coming up on Friday night, Friday at 8:30 at Porterfield Country. And looking forward to having ETC, Earl Thomas Conley, up in our neck of the woods here in northeastern Wisconsin. And Earl, first of all, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. A little bit sleepy.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're looking forward to your show, and I know that a lot of your dates and checking your schedule, I know you got quite a few dates coming up in Texas and not a whole lot up north here, so we really do appreciate the fact that you're coming up to northeastern Wisconsin, and I know it's probably been a while since you've been up here in beautiful northeastern Wisconsin, so looking forward to it. And I got to say, in doing some research, I of course know a lot of all your great tunes going back a ways, but I didn't realize that you were actually an artist who actually used a brush, not just a musical artist, but you were a painter. That's how you began, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of pen and ink stuff, and I also did painting with brush, but I got into this music, and it took up all my time to do the music.
As you slowed
down, on the road for like 10 years there, from 1981 on until into the 90s. So I had a little hiatus with my voice, but I've been back on the road for 15, 20 years now.
Yeah. And what a run that was from, you mentioned from 81 on, and I was looking I mentioned the songs. There was a stretch there where you had, I think it was like out of 19 singles, 17 of them hit number one, and the other two were number two. So when you look back at that now, maybe when you're in the moment, I don't know, maybe you can't appreciate it as well when it's actually happening. But when you look back at it now, are you kind of just shake your head and say that's pretty amazing?
Yeah, I appreciated it when it was happening, but or I wouldn't have stayed out there. But man, I run the road hard that 10 years. It was it was really almost impossible, you know.
Oh yeah,
doing a lot of radio work and a lot of shows and stuff.
Yeah,
but we're back doing it again now.
Now, do you feel like you're after you took that time off and you said you had that hiatus? Did that really kind of recharge the batteries and get you refreshed?
Oh yeah. And my voice is better now than it was then. Because after doing that many shows and spending that much time on the road, my voice was just about wore out. But it's all refreshed now.
Yeah, and your voice was pretty darn good back then, so I can't wait to hear you coming up on Friday evening. And you know, one milestone that is pretty amazing in your career, out of many milestones, is that you were the first artist in any genre to have 4 number one singles from one album, and that happened, of course, in the early '80s. And when you were recording the album that those songs were on, did you kind of get I mean, you can't really predict, but did you get a sense that, hey, we might just have something here?
Yeah, well, yeah. I was in a groove, you know. I had some of the best studio pickers in town, and they were all enthused about it because they knew we were going in with hits every time we went in. I found either wrote or found some of the best songs I could find, and I had Robert Burnham, Walt Aldridge, and some of the boys from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, were busy writing for me, and I just had the best of everything.
Yeah, and Earl, one of your certainly signature songs is "Holding Her and Loving You," and that song won awards and Grammys, all kinds of accolades for that tune. That one has got to have a very special place in your heart, I would imagine.
Yeah, I get a big response when I get to that place in my show to do that and Once in a Blue Moon and several other ones.
Yeah.
The thing I did with Keith Whitley, the Brotherly Love, gets a big response too. But I've that was a good 10 years of music, and still going on right today. I have bigger crowds now than I ever had.
Yeah, and you talked about Brotherly Love, of course, had duet with Keith Whitley, and you had a chance to record with quite a few folks when it comes to duets. Everybody from Keith Whitley to Anita Pointer and Emmylou Harris, and I imagine that's one of the highlights of your careers too, getting to work with some other folks as well.
Yeah, Emmylou. Well, all those girls were having trouble with your voice, being scratchy or anything, just eat an apple. So I got where I took an apple to work with me every day.
An apple a day. There you go. All right. Well, Earl,
it clears your throat up.
Exactly. Well, we're looking forward to your show coming up on Friday, and I'm so happy to hear that you are rejuvenated and sounding better than ever. And boy, it's been a while. I think back in the '80s when you were back for the first time at the Porterfield Country Music Festival. So it's been a long wait, and we're anxious to see you back up here. We wish you the best, and we'll see you coming up on Friday night. Okay?
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, and I'll see you then.